Tonight, about a dozen people are now without a place to live after a fire broke out at an apartment building in Duluth. We're at the scene with the very latest. And defying orders on the same day, Minnesota's governor relaxes restrictions on restaurants and bars. Some Iron Range businesses say they're doing things their way. And more than 200 jobs lost. A big announcement from a Duluth business as they announce they're shutting their doors for good.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Tony is on assignment. Thanks for joining us. An apartment fire up on the Iron Range tonight has left several without a home. Over half a dozen departments responded to the Countryside Apartments just before 7 this evening and have since put out the fire. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. We'll have more later on in the show. Before we get there was a big announcement today from state leaders in Minnesota. Starting June 1st, more businesses will be reopening across the state. Bars and restaurants will be allowed to open, but only for outdoor seating and at limited capacity. Tables have to be 6 feet away from each other, servers have to wear masks, and reservations are required. Salons, barbershops, and tattoo parlors can open June 1st, but only at 25% capacity. Again, masks and reservations are required. Campground and charter boats can also open following social distancing and sanitation guidelines. Governor Tim Walz says he understands people want to get back to normal, but they have to take it slowly.
So I understand the frustrations. I understand the desire, but the science is too strong. We can't pretend like this isn't a big deal. We can't pretend with 100,000 dead Americans that this is just going to go away.
Gyms, fitness centers, and entertainment venues will not be allowed to open quite yet. The state laid out the next phases of allowing places to reopen and social gatherings to grow on the state's COVID-19 dashboard. We have much more information on our website. Well, we're not going to keep your business from opening. That message this week from the Duluth City Council, which passed a resolution saying the city won't enforce Governor Tim Walz's Stay Safe order. According to our partners at the Mesabi Daily News, councilors passed it unanimously. CBS3's Ryan Campo got reaction today from two Duluth restaurant owners about how they plan to proceed.
For restaurant owner Margie Koivunen, Wednesday's announcement from the governor came as a surprise.
We thought June 1st was going to be our start date, and now we're going to regroup again.
The new rules: bars and restaurants can only seat people outside, no more than 50 customers at one time. The problem for some is immediately obvious.
This is going to be another hurdle because we don't know how do we open outside. Not all of us have outside areas, so there's going to be a lot to consider and a lot to think about.
Koivunen says she's lucky. She already has an outdoor area, so she's going to follow state guidelines and not the Duluth City Council's vote.
We've been, over 2 months, so without customers and without our friends. So, it's an option. We're going to definitely try.
As for bars and restaurants who currently don't have outdoor seating, plans are already in place so they can open at some capacity on June 1st. The Rink Sports Bar and Grill is one of those businesses. They're now trying to turn a parking lot into a dining room.
If that's what they're giving us for now is outdoor seating, we'll take it. It's been a long time. We need to get reopened.
They also decided not to open inside despite the city council, instead following state guidelines to keep customers safe.
When you're in food and beverage service, you build longtime clientele, longtime friends. You miss these people.
Happy to be back in business despite the challenges.
Koivunen says she also heard restaurants and bars that don't follow state guidelines could lose their liquor and gambling licenses, something that's critical for many. Let's check in now with Dave for a quick look at the weather. Dave, I was lucky enough to spend a good portion of my day outside gathering a story for later on. Oh, it was just beautiful out there.
Yeah, thanks to high pressure and control of the area. But as I've been harping about for well over a week, that beauty comes to us with a price. Because it's so dry, there's still fire danger out there. We're looking at moderate to high fire danger all across the region here, according to our friends at National Weather Service Duluth. And so we still have to be careful until a good soaking rain comes. There is a chance one of those will start to come Friday night and last through early Monday morning. That's that low pressure system to the west. But through tomorrow, dry high pressure will have hold of us once again. There's that look at the Ely area with the night vision on. It looks kind of nice out there in black and white. Tomorrow, our day planner for Thursday shows a clear to partly cloudy sky. High close to 70 here in Duluth. Could be close to 80 once again inland. We'll talk about all of this in just a little bit.
Thanks, Dave. Well, back to our top story tonight. An apartment fire up on the Iron Range has left several without a home. Over half a dozen departments responded to the Countryside Apartments just before 7 this evening and have since put out the fire. At least 20 people are without a home. The building manager says at least 8 units have been destroyed. When crews arrived at the scene just before 7 this evening, they saw heavy smoke and flames coming from several apartments in the building. Residents say the smoke came on quickly and they didn't have much time to grab the necessities and get to safety. Fire officials say it started as a grease fire. Thankfully, no one who lives in the building was hurt. The Red Cross is working with the people left homeless tonight to find a new place to stay.
Well, I'm just kind of worried about our displaced people here, you know. Get a lot of people younger that just moved in and with nowhere to go right now and lost all their stuff, so we're kind of, you know, more concerned with getting them into another place to stay.
Well, meanwhile, a 29-year-old man is dead after the canoe he was in capsized on a lake in the BWCA. The Cook County Sheriff's Office says he was with 2 other people who managed to swim to an island nearby. 911 dispatch was notified just before 2 o'clock this afternoon. Multiple law enforcement agencies responded, including the U.S. Forest Service Beaver Float plane. Identity is being withheld pending notification of family. A big player in Duluth's aviation sector has gone down. AAR announced today they are closing their doors for good. 260 employees are now without a job in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. As CBS3's John Cardinelli reports, the effects of the closure go beyond AAR itself.
A shock to everyone involved in Duluth's aviation sector.
Well, this isn't the news any of us wanted to hear, and I'm sure for the employees in particular, it's been a very, very difficult day.
The closure was a surprise to Nancy Knorr with the Duluth Economic Development Authority. Knorr says DETA recently gave AAR 3 months free rent, recognizing the challenges they were facing.
I don't think there was an initial thought that this would happen.
Knorr says each job in the aviation sector creates another in the region. It could cause a ripple effect.
So for every job we lose here in aviation with AAR, we may be able to extrapolate that to suggest there may be another job lost.
It doesn't stop there. Lake Superior College's aviation technician program had a partnership with AAR. That connection now gone.
Really one of our biggest partners and also one of our biggest feeders into as far as our students who graduate from our ANC program go and work for AAR.
LSC Rep Daniel Fanning says between 50 and 75 mechanical aviation students will be impacted. But there's still hope for the program. The school has other connections with aviation companies in the area.
Our program is probably going to be okay. It's just a matter of how do we make adjustments going forward? How long is it going to take to get back to that sense of normalcy?
AAR is another victim of the COVID-19 pandemic. All anyone, including aviation businesses, can do is hope for clear skies ahead.
We are obviously aware of the challenges our airport and air service is facing. I am very confident that this industry has a future in the greater Duluth area.
AAR recently signed a 20-year lease with DETA. Knorr says the agency has a meeting next week, and they hope to discuss the next steps. We did reach out to AAR and the city of Duluth. Neither were available for comment. Meanwhile, in a statement today, Duluth Airport Authority leaders say they were sad to hear the news. Executive Director of the Airport Authority, Tom Warner, says the loss will have a big impact on the aviation sector and this region as a whole. Warner added that they plan to continue to support their partners. He also pointed out to the area's strong aviation sector and new infrastructure that he says will put the area in a good position for when new opportunities arise. Congressman Pete Stauber is also weighing in on the closure. In a statement, the Republican said he's saddened by the news. He says he knows aviation is a key pillar of our local economy, and he's committed to doing everything he can to help businesses through this economic crisis. Senator Tina Smith is pushing to pass a bill that will help Minnesota's smaller cities during the pandemic. At the end of March, the federal government passed the CARES Act that provided money for individuals as well as cities that have a population over 500,000. Smith says this bill was a good start, but it left out all the smaller towns and cities across the state. She says smaller cities like Duluth are seeing huge budget shortfalls, and she doesn't want to see any layoffs to essential city positions.
You know, cities, the big expenses that they have are police and fire and the basic social services that communities need. So I think it's urgently important that the federal government step up and help communities like Duluth and small towns and communities all over the state.
Smith added the bill successfully passed through the House, and she is hopeful it will pass through the Senate. Downtown Hayward businesses are ready to make up for lost revenue. This year, the town took a hit with the COVID-19 pandemic, summer events being canceled, and their main street out of commission due to construction. But a glimmer of hope today as Hayward celebrated the reopening of the historic street. Community members gathered along the sidewalks to honor what they hope will be the start of a new normal. Even with canceled events, community members say they're expecting a good summer. Some businesses are following COVID-19 safety protocols while people shop. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, rising water levels on a Northland lake have people fearing for the safety of their homes. We have the details after the break.
Record high temp for this date, 88 degrees from 2009. Some towns cracked 80 today. Will we do it again tomorrow? I'll show you the forecast right after our break.
Lose up to 1 pound a day with Healthy Systems USA and get a free bottle of hand sanitizer with purchase of our amazing weight loss program. No exercise, no processed food. Eat real foods you love. Lose up to 30 to 50 pounds for this summer. Plus, we'll ship it to you for free. Call now or order online.
Fleet Farm has everything you need to make the most of your Memorial Day weekend. Whether you're grilling up a storm or growing veggies in the garden, Fleet Farm has hot deals on things like a Char-Broil Performance Gas Grill, just $149.99, and 10-inch Patriotic Memorial Hanging Baskets, only $9.99. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. And when you do, your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers, so you can find new roads with confidence.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Slumberland's massive 3-day doorbuster sale. 25% off most items. Get this gorgeous sectional for just $5.96. That price can't be beat. A Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.96. Our best-selling Adirondack chairs are back for just $188, our lowest price ever. Plus, free, safe doorstep shipping with no minimum. The 3-day doorbuster sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Lose up to 1 pound a day with Healthy Systems USA and get a free bottle of hand sanitizer with purchase of our amazing weight loss program. No exercise, no processed food. Eat real foods you love. Lose up to 30 to 50 pounds for this summer. Plus, we'll ship it to you for free. Call now or order online.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
1 year ago today, we had 6 inches of snow to shovel. Today, the sky was blue in Chisholm, shining above Iron Man. He does the best he can. And we're doing the best we can, too, with these dry conditions, because they do look pretty, but the fire danger is up Rain chance is still slated to come our way on Friday, and I'll talk about how long it'll stick around in just a bit. Right now, we've got the current conditions at Duluth International to talk about. It's still 57 degrees. Relative humidity is 67%, so for a few hours during the hours of darkness, that should be high enough to help ease that fire danger a little bit. But as usual, tomorrow with high pressure and sunshine, dry conditions, we may be right back into the thick of it for the fire danger. Again, we need some rain. And again, we may get it come Friday. But right now, easterly wind going 11 miles per hour and air pressure at 1,020 millibars. On the high side, and temperatures today were pretty toasty inland. 62 to 70 right now for the Upper Peninsula, but still a pocket of colder by the lake there in the Bayfield Peninsula. Ashland Airport, 49 degrees there at Kennedy. 61 for Hayward still and Solon Springs Airport, 47 though at the Bong and Superior. 55 towards Moose Lake and 57 at Two Harbors. Still pretty warm towards Hibbing, Chisholm, 63, and even warmer by a degree, 64 International Falls. So for this past week here, we've had cooler by the lake and fairly warm inland. That'll hold true again tomorrow. Right now, with the high pressure in control, we've got a clearer sky in Minnesota, in Wisconsin as well, and most of Michigan, though there have been some lingering showers from that persistent system there passing from mainland Michigan back towards the UP. But in general, one more day here of high and dry, thanks to the high pressure cell that's got a hold of the middle part of the country. But it finally migrates away, and lower pressure from the west starts to call. By Friday night, we start to get the shower and thunderstorm chance. That'll stick around through Saturday, Sunday, wrap up early Monday morning, and each day might get 1/10 of an inch, maybe to 1/4 of an inch. And so if every chance pays off, it could add up to what we need to make things a little bit more juicy around here and shake off that fire danger problem. Now tonight, let's talk about temperatures for Minnesota, where they'll go from 40 by the lake up towards Grand Marais, Grand Portage to 50 by International Falls, and then down towards the Moose Lake region over towards Aiken as well. For Wisconsin and Michigan, the low temps there, 47 to 50. And for tomorrow, high temperatures, Wisconsin, Michigan, 71 to 75 for most towns. Just a very thin stripe of cooler by the lake there. Clear to partly cloudy sky from one more day of high pressure. And on the sunny side for Minnesota as well, about 60 by the lake, and then inland 70 to even 80 degrees. International Falls has the best chance of cracking 80 once again, though a lot of towns did it today. Then the rain chance comes Friday afternoon, Friday evening, sticks around through Memorial Day morning, then hopefully goes away in the afternoon. Head of the lake's temperatures, low 70s. And again, probably warmer than that inland. So it took a long time for spring to get here, Kristen. Now some towns seem to be staring summer in the face.
Thanks, Dave. Those living on Sturgeon Lake in Pine County are dealing with a rising issue. Neighbors who make up the Windermere Township Lake Association say water levels in the lake have reached an all-time high, putting their properties at risk. They shared their concerns and their plea for help with CBS3's Emma Quinn.
The lake actually went down quite a bit.
When Scott Quittem bought his home on Sturgeon Lake 16 years ago, he never thought he'd be dealing with the situation he's in now.
Lake just rose. I think we had 11 inches in a 24-hour period, something crazy like that.
Sturgeon Lake started rising 4 years ago, causing major flooding issues for Quittem and his neighbors.
The lake has gone up, according to the DNR, approximately 3.5 feet just in the last 10 years, and it's continuing to rise.
Quittem and others say they've spent several thousands of dollars just trying to maintain and repair their properties.
Our home is high and dry. That's good news. 3 feet below our home, we need to look at somehow raising the garage and then the landscape accordingly around that area.
Neighbors in the Windermere Township Lake Association have asked the State and Department of Natural Resources for help. After doing their own research, the Lake Association believes a feasibility study may lead to more answers, but it's been a waiting game.
There are a number of other lakes in the state of Minnesota that have a very similar situation. So as the DNR approaches this, they have to understand that whatever action they take here is likely that somebody else is going to come and say, and hold their hand up and say, what about us?
For Quittem, he just wants to get the ball rolling on a solution.
Awesome lake, it really is. It's just, it's out of control now with what the water is doing.
The Lake Association was going to meet with county commissioners to get more input on a solution, but the pandemic has put that meeting on hold. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a summertime favorite in Duluth that draws tens of thousands of people to the area has been grounded. We have the details coming up next.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
You're ready to drive again, and not just to the neighborhood store. In a new Honda, you can enjoy the open road with powerful performance. And your money can go farther too, because Honda holds its value better than any other auto brand. Your Honda dealer is offering flexibility, like shopping online, so you can purchase with confidence. Get your new Honda today. KBB.com's 2020 Best Value Brand.
The College of St. Scholastica has always been a leader in healthcare education. Online, in Duluth, and throughout Minnesota. Earn your certificate or degree in an in-demand field. Choose your path at css.edu/health.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows. With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
When a crisis strikes, cash is the best form of relief. It can easily be transformed into health services, water, food, or clothes. Cash can travel everywhere and aid people all around the world. Donate. Smart. Fast. Donate cash.
Southwest Outlet is open for business. Now save up to 40% off store-wide.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. I ain't going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Duke FM.
Wisconsin officials are working on a host of changes to the absentee voting process as they prepare for a flood of mail-in ballots this November. A new report estimates 2/3 of November's ballots will come through the mail as voters avoid the polls out of coronavirus fears. The report also shows Wisconsin's Elections Commission is working on installing tracking technology on mail-in ballots. The state is also considering mailing ballot application forms to all voters and improving photo ID uploads. A year and a half after a fire destroyed Cook's only grocery store, Zoop's is back open tonight. The store opened its doors at 7 o'clock this morning. They'll be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. The fire happened in November of 2018. Authorities still have not figured out what caused it. This year's Duluth Air Show has been grounded. Event organizers announced today they won't hold the 2020 event due to COVID-19. It was supposed to be held in mid-July. Instead, they're rescheduling for June 26th and 27th next summer. The 2021 show will feature the U.S. Navy Blue Angels and will be held on what's usually the weekend after Grandma's Marathon. The air show typically draws more than 50,000 people to the Duluth airport each year. Coming up in sports, big steps for the NBA in getting basketball back. Kelly's in with the details next.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
But my family has noticed that I smile for the first time in 20 years. And not only do I smile a lot now. And it's one great feeling. It made the difference between me having really awful teeth to somebody who is going around grinning like an idiot.
Never be afraid to smile again. Call Lake Dental today for your free smile analysis.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
Shopping for a new kitchen at Skips has never been better. Take home your dream kitchen today with Skips' new Glenwood and white cabinets. Enjoy freedom and flexibility with your own movable island today. You can rely on Skips for quality and durability at affordable prices. Stop by with your measurements and see how you can take home beautifully painted or stained cabinets today at a truly affordable price. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in to see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth.
The world is changing quickly, and it's important to find calm in the storm. We're all focusing on the things that matter most: family, community, safety. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we're here to help you get back outside. Take a deep breath. Get the job done right. Have fun. We're here with you, and we've got everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at historically low prices. See Jeff, Frank, and Alex. We'll be here when you need us.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you these last 2 decades. During this difficult time, our frontline employees are following all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of both our customers and our employees. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years on all our products. This offer goes through May 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. We will also give you a $25 gift card to a locally owned restaurant with every new appointment. We look forward to serving you soon.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. I ain't going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5 Duke.
If the NBA is looking for any chance to resume this season, they know that they're going to have to act in a timely manner. Today, they took yet another step toward on their timeline. ESPN reports that NBA teams are expecting the league guide to issue guidelines around June 1st that would allow teams to recall players who have left their markets in order to take a formal step towards ramping up the season's resumption. The plan includes a 2-week recall period and another several weeks for the team training camps. The league is hoping to resume with games before the end of July using a 2-site format, one at Orlando's Walt Disney World and the other in Las Vegas. In compliance with local government, the Minnesota Timberwolves are making huge steps in reopening their practices facilities starting tomorrow. Last week, the NBA did announce that it would allow teams to begin reopening facilities as long as they complied with government guidelines. The facilities are open to voluntary workouts only, and strict protocols have been put in place to ensure player safety. Only one coach and one player will be allowed on the floor, while being required to stay at least 12 feet apart from one another. In addition, workouts will be limited to 45 minutes in locker rooms, weight rooms, offices, and other areas of the building will remain closed. Well, to push the game of hockey further than ever before, that is the goal of the Professional Women's Hockey Association, a league born last year in its 2nd year of existence. The Bulldog name will be a little more well represented. The league announced today that Sydney Brott, the 3-time UMD women's hockey captain, will skate with the league this upcoming season. Brott is one of only 2 Bulldogs to ever wear the C for 3 seasons. Her senior season in gold was her grand finale, no less. The North Oaks native put up 41 points on 19 goals and 22 assists in 36 games. That's a career best for her. She was named to this year's All-WCHA third team and also helped Team USA to a World Championship gold medal in April of 2019, where she contributed 2 assists. And joining Brought this fall, Maddie Rooney will dress for the PWHPA as well. Rooney capped off her senior season at UMD, putting up her career best numbers. Back in January, Rooney officially became UMD women's hockey saves leader, finishing with 3,449 total. She now owns 3 of the top 4 single-season records for saves in UMD history. She's one of only 2 Bulldogs to stop more than 1,000 shots in a single season. Rooney won 2 World Championship gold medals with the U.S. national team during her time as a Bulldog. That, in addition to her 2018 gold medal at the Pyeongchang Olympics. The PWHPA is returning for a second season after a very successful Dream Gap tour that saw the league traveling to cities all over the country. The league is implementing a new region-based structure consisting of 5 regions, 3 in Canada and 2 in the U.S. One of the U.S. regions is based in Minnesota, and the league hopes that this structure provides players with improved access to resources such as full-time dressing rooms, access to strength and conditioning facilities, support staff, and coaches. And the 2020 Belmont Stakes is now on the books. The famous horse race will be held June 20th this year with no fans in attendance. The Belmont, traditionally the last leg in horse racing's Triple Crown, will this year serve as the first. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Skin Renewal Center, reminding you to apply sunscreen 15 minutes before heading out for fun in the sun.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick.
Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Revore with St. Luke's Obstetrics and Gynecology Associates. I grew up in northern Minnesota. I was born at St. Luke's, and all my children were born at St. Luke's. So I've been in practice for 23 years. I have patients that I've cared for 23 years. You build such a relationship of trust between the two of you, and I feel like mutual respect as well. I think the most rewarding part of my job is to know that I've had a positive influence on somebody's life.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
At Denny's Lawn and Garden.
For 50 years, family-owned Crenson has proudly been serving the Twin Ports and surrounding communities. We make the vehicle buying process simple, straightforward, and stress-free. Drive away in a 2020 Nissan Rogue today with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 in NMAC bonus cash. We're open. Stop in anytime, or if you prefer, call for a no-contact appointment for sales or service. Visit us online for our complete inventory listing. Crenson, 2 locations, 1 great team.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS3.
It's on the other side.
I saw that.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
A curious squirrel in Germany is simply nuts about a beer table. You like that one, Kelly? Made specially for its small paws by a kid who was just a little bored. 10-year-old Maxie and his mother's friend have been leaving food out on the miniature picnic table, complete with a tiny beer mug, which they fill with nuts seeds, and raisins. The curious squirrel, which is named Madame, now visits the balcony at least once a day. There's even an Instagram account for the squirrel. Pretty creative there. Dave, it would have been a decent day to sit out on a picnic table today.
You know, I've seen a lot of Northlanders making those little tables
Yes.
for chipmunks lately. Squirrel, drink a Garen beer. I haven't seen anybody put any beer mugs out for our local rodents, though. Here's what we get weather-wise for the week ahead. Temperatures around the head of the lakes in the low 70s. Rain chances finally come around by Friday night. May last through Monday morning.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.